No, I follow what you mean. My main focus here at Telsion is focused around audio systems for the Cisco suite of collaboration gear, as well as Wi-Fi engineering and access control systems. What I value most in Turlock is probably the closeness of the people, being able to go to the grocery store and see a handful of people that you know, and vice versa, to me, is what makes this town great. On the weekends, I can almost always be found spending time with family and/or serving at church, both of which I value very highly. I'm just finishing a book called Exploding the Phone. I really enjoy vintage technology, and it walks through a lot of how the Bell system back in the day ran the long-distance phone system and how it was used and misused as well. So like the old school phone system, you know, Ma Bell, they were cutting edge. And the book goes into detail on how a bunch of teenage kids abused it. It was like kind of one of the original forms of hacking, but it wasn't to the severity of today's hacking. The hacking, they got free phone calls. Now, they found other uses for it too in the process, like party lines. You could have multiple people call one number or a series of numbers, and they could all talk to each other. So it's like a conference bridge of today, but such things, nobody ever thought of that. The trouble, well, you got that right. The trouble is that's what I've done my whole life. I want to get good at something, okay, I'll go do it. So is there anything on that list at the moment? Not particularly. And that's kind of how I've been the jack of all trades. Find something that's fascinating and go figure out how to do it, then move on to the next thing. See, gosh, I don't know. There's so many answers to I don't like any of them, because there could be so many. For one thing, I know Morse code. I'm not the best at it in the world, but I'm decent. No, I don't know. I mean, for my sake, these are pretty broad questions. If they could ask, what did you have for lunch? I could be a bit more direct. See, this goes back to the earlier question. All the hobbies that I've ever cared about, I've done, so. Underwater basket weaving is what I would like to get into. Preferably trick pool shooting is also on the list, but that's a little lower. Yeah.
Is that actually a thing?
No.
No.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
No.
Trick pool shooting maybe, but